Hello. It is time for Trails to Azure part 45, beginning chapter 4, which is the last chapter before the finale chapter, which would sort of be like, I mean, chapter 4 isn't even the fourth chapter because there's an intermission chapter, so this is really chapter 5. And then chapter 4 is the last numbered chapter, and then there's a finale chapter, so there's 2 chapters left, but one is smaller than the normal chapter. But chapter 4, as it is so labeled, will begin now. Oh yeah, and the city's apparently on fire. I wonder if they're gonna justify us not being called with like orbment jammers and stuff. Oh yeah! I forgot this was supposed to happen right now. I still want to know how they can kind of fly. Like, do they have ropes? Oh, this is the exact, I think this is explicitly the exact thing where if you did the secret practice timing, it's that routine right there. Sully's amazing. She's killing it out there. You can say that again. Your training paid off in spades. She's doing alright. If you enjoy that sort of thing, what? Ah, who would have guessed adding just one scene could revolutionize our entire show like this? I'll say. Turns out Ilya and Avin's persistence was worth it after all. It certainly was. Again, as it was last time, the beads here don't make sense unless they're solid, because I think they would go slack and go here, right? Because I'm pretty sure the way that arms work, they would... The slack from the rope would make it go this way, so it wouldn't... Unless it's glued to her. It could be glued with, like, appropriate glue for skin, but it bugs me. Because it doesn't... I mean, it could be solid, but then what's the point of doing it? Anyway, it certainly was. As long as Sully is here, the troop will be just fine without me. Huh? What's wrong? Did something catch your eye? What is this I'm sensing? There's 5, no, 10. Why? Why now? It can't be. Chainsaw. What's happening? Look above. Look up above. Phew. Thought I wasn't gonna make it for the big finale here. I know you worked real hard on this new scene and all, but I'm gonna have to cut it short here. Sorry, that's the editing process for you. But hey, what matters is that we have fun with it, right? Ahahaha. Geronimo? What the? Get back! Ooh, she's dead. I mean, she's not dead, because they wouldn't kill her. It would be so good if they actually killed her. That would actually be interesting. Yeah! Yeah, Ilya! It fell right on her. I mean, this is another case of disconnect between what's been established and the story they want to tell. Because Rixia could have, and probably would have, jumped to help as well, and not just stood on the off stage. Like, she would have tried to help. But whatever. It fell right on her. No. Ilya. And she took a wait, and she just walks out casually. Like, that's not what would happen. Rixia. Ooh, they're strong. Them some muscles. Ilya? No, this can't be. Ilya! This is horrible. How could this happen? Ooh. I mean, she's definitely not. I'd be shocked if they actually killed her. It would be super interesting. Ilya, are you alright? Speak to me. Sully, how is she? I'm fine. If you hadn't pushed me away there, I would have... Thank goodness. Rixia, it's up to you. The next act must go... I mean, they can't do the next act without the set. Right? The set is necessary. Ilya! Ilya! I mean, let's be real. Unless I'm incorrect, I think usually in that sort of state, they would pass out and then die. So at this point, she would just be passed out, right? Like, I don't think blood loss and trauma results in death from full consciousness. You pass out and then you die. Now that's a scream. Theo, help me with her. Right. Wow, did you hear that? Even at death's door, all she can think about is the show. Haha. What is that? Now that's what I call dedication. Or I guess it'll be dedication pretty soon. That doesn't really work if you're speaking, because dedication and dedication sound too similar. It works in writing, or I guess it'll be dedication pretty soon. It doesn't really work because it sounds too similar, and in that it sounds the exact same. I can totally see how you fell for her, Rixia. I really, like, every time Rixia meets her, she just says, "Bloody Shirley." Who is this girl? I've never seen her before. Ah! A gun? She's got a gun! Ah! Save me, Eidos! And they just let them run. Like, what? You monsters. Ah ha ha. There it is. That's the face I wanted to see. Go ahead, let all that power out. Show me the real Rixia Mao. Show me what the real Rixia Mao can do when she isn't wasting her strength on playing charades. Why would she have her sword? Here. I did you the favor of picking this up from your place on the way over. You won't find a stage better than this. Got your dancing shoes on? Then let's boogie. I'll make you pay, Shirley Orlando. Crossbell's fate. Ooh, good color, good color. Oh, that's a good color. Wonderful. That's a very good color. Apologies. I need to save that. You gotta respect the police officers aiming at people through their cars. I mean, those guys should all be dead, because those are sharp knives, but whatever. They should all be dead too, but they're not. That guy just moved. Are they gonna kill him? No, they're running past. Why do they still have the sign? It's not the city hall anymore. That sign should have been removed, like, weeks ago. Didn't this exact same thing happen the previous time? That's pretty funny when you consider that it looks like the actual gate is vertical, so that actually won't help with the metal gate. And the, like, normal doors are weak anyway, so it's not going to help with blocking the doors. But anyway. Ah! Inspector, we have to bunker down below ground. Quick! Idiot! We can't do that until all the floors have been evacuated. Now keep your guard up. That shutter is bound to come down any second. Don't say that. It managed to hold out when the CGF tried to break in, didn't it? Come on. Like, what is this fictional confidence in the CGF? Like, the CGF is borderline worthless because they don't have appropriate equipment. I'm telling you, we need to get ourselves out of here already. Okay, this is weak logic. The shutter's bound to come down any second. Okay, don't say that. It managed to hold out when the CGF tried to break in, didn't it? If you're confident that it's going to hold out, why do you want to go to the bunker downstairs? Huh? If you think it's fine, stay here. You're safe. Like, the logic, I mean, he's panicking, but I'm telling you, we need to get ourselves out of here already. Just the logic is questionable, which, I mean, it fits the character, so I'm fine with that. All personnel have been evacuated to the restricted area underground. Now it's our turn. Let's hurry. Well, it should be, now it's your turn, because she's already out of there. Got it. Nice work, Fran. Thank Eidos, we're saved. Run. They should be moving. They shouldn't just be standing still. Get a move on. Huh? Shit, move, now. They didn't move at all. They had so much time to move. A grenade! Goddess damn it all. No-y. And you see green hair moving to cover them. The green hair's gonna be injured and the other two are gonna be fine. What is Arios doing just standing there? He's just standing there? What's he doing? Is he waiting for them to clump up and he's gonna AoE them to death? Damn, how do they manage to advance this far? What route could they possibly have come from? The geofront? Ah, airship. Chances are they used an airship to make their approach. That would explain how the unit that vanished on the mountain path made their escape. Well, I actually called it correctly. Cool. Impossible! Doing that would have triggered our anti-aircraft radars. It simply isn't feasible to fly throughout airspace without being detected. Unless... Damn, could they be utilizing the same technology the society had during the Liberal incident? Stealth functionality? Yes, it's possible that their airship is equipped with it. But we don't exactly have the leeway to verify that right now. I'm perfectly aware of that. See, I think from an established power perspective, Arios should be able to beat all of them by himself, because these are normal peons, so it should be trivial for him to win here, but... Like, it should be super easy, which, I mean, considering how that was going, it looks like it's pretty easy. Okay, come on, how is the Guillaume factory burning? It's made of rock. Yeah, rock, brick, nothing that actually is flammable. None of this stuff that's burning is flammable. Heh. Well, ain't this a pretty sight? The more sacrifices I get, the stronger I become, eh? He's gonna kill his buddies? I hope he does. Haha, I like it. That advice ain't too shabby. He's probably attacking the Testaments first, right? Hehehe. Ah ha 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 ha. The hell is that? Oh, Maison Imelda, goodbye. Holy crap, the old apartments. They're totally wrecked. The hell is that freaking thing? Perfect timing, boys. Is he gonna kill them? Is he gonna kill them? Is he gonna kill them? He's not going to. Abyss is gonna save them, is my guess. What? You're just the kind of sacrifices I was looking for. The helpless trash that I had no choice but to protect. Every one of you, a token of my past, my weakness. What the? No way, is that you, Walt? Ha? I mean, they should be dead. Ugh. Twitch. Guys. Oh, it's Dino. The dumb kid character. Guys, Koki. Okay, now let's be real. If he is alive, if at the end of this there's 3 of these haired guys in the Saber Vipers, garbage. If he impacted this door to dent it that much and open it, he's dead. He is a human being. He is dead. And he's just a 2-bit gangster. So like, if he's alive, the writing is questionable. They don't need to die, but specifically him. If he can dent that metal and stay alive, he is inhuman. Stay with me. No, Dino. Get out of here. Save yourself. Look who we have here. Koki should be dead, because he smashed into that. He should be paced. Ah! Monster! Works for me. I'll make you join him. That is far enough. And it's Abyss. And Ashley. Dang, that's a big one, alright. I think if they just kill him here, that would be so much more fun. Like, if he's just done, it would be so funny. What is that? A demon? Keens, Vess, begin extinguishing the surrounding fires. Why did it start burning? Because he's not lighting stuff on fire actively. Nothing he's done has established that. But he was just standing there 2 seconds ago. Why is it burning that much now? Yes, sir. Jingo, get in touch with the rest of the neighborhood and tell them to get the hell out of here. On it, mama. Ooh, 2v1 and they should be able to win is what I think aesthetically would be the most satisfying. Well, well. If it ain't Q-Ball and the shady-ass weapons dealer. Like, I want her to have a genuine minigun or something. Heh, what? You here to show me what you got too? If that is what you desire. Ooh. Wavi has authorized me to use whatever force is necessary to put a stop to you. Eidos almighty. I'm not too keen on having to whip out the good stuff. Yes. But I can't just let you wreck the neighborhood. I am trying to run a business down here, you know? I kind of think it would be significantly more fun if the 2 of them are actually enough. I'm just grabbing something. If these 2 are actually enough to deal with him and we don't fight him again, because that would be so funny how anticlimactic Wald's demon mode would be. Bring it on. I mean, Abyss is, I've assumed, pretty strong. You want a taste of Wald, Wallace? I'll crush your bones till you're nothing but marrow and dust. What's gonna happen with their flesh? Is he gonna burn it? Then it's gonna be ash. Can dust be ash? Or like, can a component of dust be ash? There you are. Oh, I love the symmetry. The like, light, dark, dark, light, dark. Wonderful. Hold the line, men. We cannot let them infiltrate the building. Yes, sir. They must have been going easy on Ravash previously, right? Hey, you is martial artists, eh? They've got spirit. I'll give them that. So this would be Sigmund? Why do they just let him walk up to them? Like, they should have been throwing stuff at him as he was approaching, but whatever. Scarlet Ogre. If you think you can stop me, then be my guest. This is your chance to cut the scorpion off at the head. I'll take all of you on at once. What? Do not mock us. Wait, don't! Is that all? Is this his S-break? Gua. Gua. That's a fun way to write it. Inconceivable. He's stronger than generic goons? I mean, Lao shouldn't be able to fight him, right? Cow has to be the one that can fight him, right? Although that doesn't make sense. Like, just thinking about it, Cow, or whatever the actual proper pronunciation of purple-haired is, like, Scarlet Ogre is presumably the current strongest member of the Red Constellation. If the Red Constellation is evenly matched with Heiyue on a, like, member-to-member scale, there's no way the Crossbell branch should be able to win this, right? Because if the two best Red Constellation members are here, it seems weird that I guess Cow and Lao could be the top two members of Heiyue, technically? Or maybe Heiyue is just better than the Red Constellation overall. That's also possible. But if the two members sent here are able to hold off, it would be odd to me. Because if Lao is able to actually fight the Scarlet Ogre, it would be a little questionable. Heh, you must be Cow's right-hand man. You seem like you can hold your own. I'd oblige if I had the time, but your boss and I have business to discuss. Kill him. Yeah. Ch. Like, any named character should be able to beat any number of generic goons. Nice try. G. Like, how'd they come back? I guess that's magic. Gah. Damn you. Because, like, if Cow can beat him... If Cow is not one of the top members of Heiyue, then it's questionable. If he is one of the top combatants, that's reasonable. If they fight, and they tie, at least. Or if he even holds his own slightly. My word. Haven't you ever heard of knocking, my good man? Huh, sorry, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I have places to be, things to do. But I have to hand it to you, White Orchid Dragon. You're as crafty as they say. Like, if Cow had planned for this event, and he can escape or deal with him via traps or whatever, that's reasonable. It's just... Sigmund, from what has been established, seems like he should be the current top member of the Red Constellation. And so if the Red Constellation and Heiyue fighting on Heiyue's territory ended in more or less a draw, Cow shouldn't stand a chance against Sigmund. Unless Cow is the strongest or most competent member of Heiyue, which is why he was sent to Crossbell. That would be reasonable. But otherwise it's kind of weird to think about. You're scratchy as I say. Things are more short-staffed than usual around here. I take it you saw this invasion coming a Selga away. More or less. We're not foolish enough to challenge you blood-drunk war addicts head-on. Yet even still, you haven't made any attempt to save your own skin. Which can only mean one thing. You plan to take the ogre on with your own two hands. Haha. Oh goodness no. You'd already be an overwhelming foe for Master Yin, let alone me. See, this is good to establish. That he's just using tactics to escape or whatever. I merely waited for you to come to me so that I could confirm one little thing. Did you now? And what's that? Isn't it obvious? Your current client, of course. Who could the highest bidder be this time, I wonder? Ha ha. Ah ha 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 ha. I like you. I knew you had a spine in there somewhere. Raw. Gah. And then he has a boat? Heh. One step too slow. Vice leader. So presumably he just fell into the water or a boat to get out of here. What of his right-hand man? Forgive us. We managed to wound him, but... That makes two runaways, eh? Fine. I consider myself the sporting type. Let them slink underground to sharpen their fangs. Alright. It's time we close this deal. Light the place up. After that, we move on to the IBC building. Yeah. I mean, if they can't take the IBC building, they're incompetent, because Ravash could almost take it. That was hilarious. The tank appearing through the road, that was wonderful to see. I don't believe this. Why don't you believe this? Choose different words, please. Like, say even, oh, this is awful. Yeah, it's terrible. How could this happen? Okay, don't say how could this happen. You know exactly how this happened. Like, don't say how could this happen. Say it's terrible. I understand that it's all like an output of emotions, so in the moment it's reasonable. It's just boring to read every single time something happens when they're like, how could this happen? How could this happen? How could this happen? Because then they sound like they're just parroting the same thing every time there's an event. I think they need to keep it at least a little fresh. Okay, this is really funny. I just got distracted. The road is going quick, slow, quick, slow, quick, and it's now distracting me. ... from Randy. We have to scope out the situation here, and fast. This is Sergey. You guys hear me okay? Yeah, why didn't they call sooner? If they're not jammed, why didn't they call sooner? Maybe they were jammed. I hope they mentioned that they were jammed for a bit. Chief, are you alright? Yeah, more or less. HQ got hit pretty bad. We've taken up posts at the SSS building. I'm in charge of re-establishing contact with everyone. Headquarters was attacked? No. People are attacking Crossbow and they attacked the headquarters of the police? Shocker. We'll head there right away. No need. Sonia and her men are already headed over there. Yeah, but they're the CGF. They're not going to be able to do that much. But they're going to do it because plot. What I need all of you to do is make your way over to the Harbor District. Harbor District? Why there? I got word just now that one of the Jaeger units blasted Heiyue's office building to Kingdom Come. After that, they marched right into the IBC. The main bulk of their forces, however, are laying siege to Orcus Tower. It sounds like Arius and Dudley are holding their own. They'll probably need backup from the CGF. As for the rest of the bracers, they've got their hands full dealing with the Corps' military monsters in the city. So that leaves you guys. You're the only ones who can lend a hand in the Harbor District. What about the SSS building? Is everything alright there? We've been providing shelter to any passers-by who had nowhere else to go. With Zeit on our side, those military monsters know better than to try us. Key is here too, safe and sound. So don't worry. Thank goodness. Sounds like they're doing just fine for themselves. Understood. We'll head straight for the Harbor District. Good. Be careful out there. They're attacking the IBC. Is it the Mira they're after? I'm not sure. Either way, we need to get over there as quickly as we can. Though honestly, it's hard not to worry about how headquarters is holding up against the attack. Me too. But we can't afford to take any detours. We all have people we know at the IBC building. They might need our help. Okay, I'm gonna state this. Coming from mines, I'm pretty sure the fastest path to the harbor goes through the administrative district. So it wouldn't actually be a detour. But whatever. We all have people we know at the IBC building. They might need our help. You're right. Chances are high that Belle is still in there. Jonah and Chief Roberts are likely in the Foundation's office as well. Yeah, and just a heads up, we should park as soon as we get to the Harbor District. If we approach the building like this, we're liable to get smacked by an anti-tank gun. A Panzerfaust. We have to worry about that too? We have to worry about people who have weapons that can deal with tanks shooting at a car? Roger. I'll step on it until we get to the Harbor District. I mean, to get to the Harbor District, we would pass through the admin. Shortly after, the SSS parted ways with the CGF armored cars heading for the administrative district. They then made their way to the Harbor District via East Street, taking care to avoid the skirmishes that had broken out in the city. Like, it's not gonna, I'm pretty sure, with the map we normally have, it wouldn't be faster to go via East Street. It would avoid other conflict. That part's reasonable. But her line about we can't go out of our way is just incorrect. Yeah, a lot of stuff burning that shouldn't burn. Like, these fires aren't properly centered on trees. They're just burning the metal fences, which doesn't make sense. Ah yes, block the road. Damn, so Heiyue really was hit. Though I can't imagine Kao and his men would go down with a whimper like this. We can worry about that later. Let's book it to the IBC. For the time being, Randy... Shoot! He has garbage weapons. Maybe they'll forcibly give me a good weapon to work with him, but I haven't upgraded his weapon since I got him. For the time being, Randy will be a required party member. I think that's bad gameplay. It's probably good story, but it's bad gameplay. Please select which character you would like to send to the backlines. I think this is bad gameplay if he doesn't get a good equipment for free. Yeah, no, they didn't give me good equipment for free. So he's just weak because I haven't upgraded him, because why would I if I've never had to use him until now? Excellent design for a game. Definitely not frustrating and incredibly lame. Actually, that's pretty good for people who are only using arts. Because, I mean, it's only 25, it's not huge, but... I mean, that wouldn't be awful on him. Because currently he has no evasion. Though I think minus 100 is worse than 0. Auto CP up, strength up, defense down. What do I want to... Because I don't even want to use him, because he's just not a character I've planned around. He's gonna have terrible orbments, but I mean everyone has terrible orbments right now, because I haven't bothered upgrading them. You know what? Let's just have him spam his craft... called Howling Raid? No, it's Deathstorm. Deathstorm has been was very effective in 0. They might have nerfed it, but basically using it to move past enemies so that he doesn't get directly hit should work okay. Oh, look at this. Look at his quartz. I guess I'll steal this for now. Maybe steal the hit. Give him an attack 3. Oh, but I haven't upgraded him, so he can't use an attack 3 there. Because I didn't use him this entire time because he was useless. Good gameplay. I'm just overly frustrated by the fact that they decided, hey, let's force somebody to use a character that they might not have upgraded at all. I just don't think that's a good decision. That's probably pretty good. 60%? Is there an impede 3 that gets to 100%? Or like 80%? That's pretty good. Sadly, I don't have any action 2s that I can give him because I didn't make any extras. Oh, what do I want to equip on him? Oh yeah, I can't equip in a hit. I can't give him the better hit one because I didn't upgrade his stuff because I didn't need him. Because I didn't need to use him. They didn't force me to use him before now, so I didn't use him at all. I mean, an evade would never be bad. Yeah, an evade's never bad. It's not great, but 10% evasion. I'd rather keep the defense up and just get move, I guess. For mobility, sure. If this is difficult, I'll deal with it. But like, I just abandoned Randy because I had no interest in upgrading him, but apparently you have to use him. Good to know. Will they let me in? Hey, they did. There's a crisis outside. This is the last place I'd expect to be quiet right now. Do you think Grace and the others managed to evacuate somewhere safe? No, I can sense several people still inside the building. So can I. And not in the good way. Is that USSS? Yes, my assumption was it was a receptionist. I recognize you. You're the receptionist here. Shh, keep your voices down. What's going on here? It's just horrible. A group of armed men forced their way into the building earlier. No. I was afraid of that. Must have been one of the Jaeger units tearing things up outside, huh? Everything happened so fast. I really can't say for sure, but you're probably right. Everyone else in the building was immediately taken hostage at gunpoint. And yet they didn't take her hostage? Question mark? I wasn't at the counter then, so I managed to hide myself in time. Where? Where'd you hide that they didn't check? A lucky break? So where are the intruders now? Probably up above. I think 2 of them stayed behind on the upper floor. What should we do? If the city really is in chaos, calling for help won't make a difference at all. There's only one thing for it. Let's leave this one to the SSS. We'll save the rest of the staff, and that's a promise. But you will? Thank you so much. Now that we know the situation, we should make sure we're fully prepared before heading upstairs. Keep in mind that our opponents are part of the continent's strongest Jaeger Corps. We cannot be too hasty. If I can help you in any way, please let me know. I have first aid supplies here if you need them. We would appreciate that. Alright, once we're ready, let's storm the 2nd floor. Just on the off chance that it's questionable balance. Well, I'm gonna have to reset up my formation. Randy's gonna be like here, because he's just gonna be using Deadly Raid that I think has a very high range. And I'd rather have Lloyd get attacked. Grace and the others are being held captive upstairs by the Jaegers. We good to go, Lloyd? Yeah, everyone, brace yourselves. Yes, sir. I must be real. The reason that they are considered a hostage is because if you do anything, they will kill the people. So us rushing into here would just have them threaten to kill them, and then bop, 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 they're all dead. That's what a hostage situation is. It wouldn't be solved by just rushing upstairs and attacking them, but whatever. Have you all lost your minds? What do you even hope to gain by attacking the city? We have our reasons, and not one of them is any of your business. Oh, I was also going to comment that with the cow interaction, it basically confirms that it's not the Empire attacking. Because if it was the Empire attacking, it would be weird if Sigmund was like, oh, you did a good job sussing out that the current employer is someone surprising. Like, it could even be, I know who it is because of spoilers and assumptions made based on spoilers, but as it stands, that interaction, I think basically confirms that it's not the Empire that's paying them for this exact job. It would be weird if it was, because then that interaction would just be like, what was the point of it? But we have our reasons and not one of them is any, back to the story. None of them is any of your business. Just keep your traps shut and you'll live to see another day. Which, I mean, let's be real. They probably won't just kill them, so just leaving them here might actually be the right choice. If you don't, then no promises. We'll silence you right here and now. No, please, because if their goal was to kill them, they would have killed them right away. So leaving them here as hostages might not be better, because they can use them as hostages later, but it might be safer to just leave them here. No, please. I only came here to make a delivery. Why'd I have to get caught up in this? Is he the person from Set? I don't know who else. No, he's the Noodle Man. He's Noodle Man. Probably. Ha, I'm not scared of you tin cans. Don't think for a second you can shake this crossbound with a measly threat or two. This is where if it was a common show, they would shoot her in the leg. If you've got the stones, then go ahead and try me. I dare ya. What do you think you're doing? Stop trying to provoke them. Don't lose your cool, Grace. Just stay behind me. I mean, she clearly didn't lose her cool. And you too. If you lay a finger on her, it'll be the last thing you do. Rhymes? It would be such a funny reveal if Rhymes is actually competent and fighting out of nowhere. Listen to the mouth on this one. But guess what? I'm not biting. So just shut the hell up until the operation's finished. Operation? What are you planning? Freeze. I mean, this kind of defeats the purpose of a hostage situation again, because the reason they're holding hostages is if we do anything, they kill the hostages. So what I think they would do here is shoot one of the hostages, and bang, they're severely injured. If their goal, if they're willing to kill them. If they aren't willing to kill them and they only have them as hostages as a bluff, then that's acceptable. But intruders. Lloyd? Commander Randolph? Commencing suppression. Take him down. Are we going to be fighting and there's going to be a bunch of people? I'm glad they didn't have a bunch of people here, but come on. There should have been a bunch of people that we had to make sure they didn't die. This is actually a pretty fun... This is a pretty fun battle area. See, this is why I want Deathstorm. Because then I can do this from any range. And I'm basically just going to use this on him. Because it hits pretty hard. And it is AoE. I'm not going to waste arts. Or, yeah. EP is what it is called. On anyone but her. Because she has a lot of... Like, she has plenty of... I'm forgetting the word. She can regen a little bit of EP. Whereas she does not have any sort of EP regen. He fully restored his EP just fine. And see, this is what I want to do. He's just going to be spamming Deathstorm. Oh, but I actually wanted to check. The Saint, which is probably usable. Lunar Craze is what I was thinking about. Lunar Craze is super good. I think they must have nerfed it. I think in 0, it was basically, I think, guaranteed to confuse lower level. Whereas now it's percent chance to confuse increased versus lower level. Which I think is much more balanced. I think he's going to die on his turn. He's going to get to his turn. Oh, he's going to get punched, and then he's going to burn to death. Ugh. We've no choice but to withdraw. And we just let them withdraw instead of beating them up? Wait! Oh, they jump out a window. Sick. They seriously jumped. I would have appreciated an opportunity to ask them a few choice questions. Lloyd, you guys alright? We're fine. What about you, Grace? They didn't hurt anyone, did they? Nah. We don't have a scratch on us, luckily enough. I don't think it's actually luck, is my impression. It might have been a different story, though, if you got here any later. Seriously, Grace, you could have gotten yourself killed back there. I could feel my heart drop into my stomach when you started egging them on. Sorry, folks, but somebody had to give those guys a taste of their own medicine. What? It's not a taste of their own medicine, but like a taste of their own medicine would be pulling a gun on them. Maybe it was a bit much, but no journalist worth her salt is going to let anyone brute force her down. Enough about me, though. Did you see Ryan? You never told me you had a secret hero mode, partner. Heck, I didn't even realize you cared about me enough to put your life on the line. Good friendly. Oh, I hope that there's like, we see them again in the future, and they're best friends forever. Whether they're married or dating or whatever, that's not important. but best friends forever later in the story, in like Tales to Reverie, whatever it's called. In Reverie, if they both show up and they're still close, it would be nice. I guess I got swept up in the heat of the moment. I wasn't really thinking about anything I was saying. Don't be modest, kid. You were a regular knight in shining armor there. We're just glad you're all safe. I'm still confused about why Jaegers would target the news service, though. That is indeed cause for concern. Unlike the Heiyue building, this shouldn't have been a location worth attacking for them. Well, considering they blew up the Heiyue building and all they were doing here was keeping people inside, there's a clear difference in goal. I have a hunch. They might have been gunning for our international transceiver over there. So you're saying that device can be used to send orbital waves outside of Crossbow? Then it's possible they were trying to prevent Heiyue from coming here to request backup from the Republic? That makes sense. Okay, but like, why would an international crime syndicate like Heiyue not have their own international receiver? Like, they wouldn't have to rely on their news service, would they? Like, that doesn't make sense. Would get why he says, that makes sense. My thoughts exactly. When those guys first got to the Harbor District, they came straight here before hitting Heiyue. Honestly, it all happened pretty dang fast. We were totally caught with our pants down. Save the play-by-play for later. We're gonna need to hurry this up. Now that Heiyue's been torched, it won't be long before they move on to the IVC building. Well, they already did, but... You're right. And if they're willing to go this far, I doubt Mira is the goal here. You shall stay inside until we get this situation under control. You're right, we'll do that. You guys are going out there again? What? Watch out. Watch each other's backs, you hear? If you manage to clean up this mess, I guarantee that front page feature is yours. I mean, no, it might be Arios's. That's alright, Grace. But we appreciate the sentiment. Okay, team, to the IBC building. I assume they're not going to let me go to the left. Will they let me heal? Oh, they didn't let me heal? Maybe I can heal my car. They won't let me go here. Will they let me heal at my car? Nice. What happens if I press ride car? Yeah, they'll complain. I still can't go out here. I'm gonna explore, because there could be someone hiding behind the light house. Oh yeah! I thought there was like a door here. I guess there wasn't. It's weird that this is called... Yeah, I wonder if we get to enter it in this game. Because there's clearly an entrance. Because if they say unauthorized entrance is prohibited. I wonder if we'll get to enter there later. In this game, because that would be the last chance, I think. We still can't go into here. That's kind of a letdown. I didn't mean to save over that, but it doesn't actually matter. Shock. Yeah, I mean, they're clearly not here to kill people. Like, they're really letting people leave. Are you okay? What's going on at the building? We're fine. These guys with guns came out of nowhere and told us to get out. They destroyed the special alloy gate in the front like it was nothing. Wonderful. Now that's some consistent power, I don't know, scaling. Ravash struggled to open it. Red Constellation did it trivially. Though that might be for other reasons too, but at the very least, they are more competent than Ravash, and that makes me happy. We were told the Red Constellation was a top-level security threat. This, I wasn't prepared for. Guys, you're here. Jonah, Chief Roberts, you're alright. Pant. Just barely. No, not just barely. They let you leave. Those men had us at gunpoint before we even knew where they were there. What the hell? Intel said they were dangerous, but not completely freaking cuckoo. And that scary old dude with the red hair. Was that their boss or something? Red hair? The Scarlet Ogre. Yeah, like, it's interesting that at this point, they hear red hair, and they know exactly who it is, it definitely couldn't be a different member of the Jaeger Corps with different red hair. I know why, but like the points in which they write it so that they're willing to make those connections, I think are a little odd. Like when they initially met Shirley, the fact that they didn't make the connection with Randy until they met Randy is weird. I really think that connection should have been made sooner, and they make this connection instantly. Which makes sense here, but it also made sense if they'd made a connection of hair color with Shirley previously, but the Scarlet Ogre, I don't care what he's called. The guy's a freak of nature. What about Belle? Is she still in the building? I mean, if she's not here, then she's not... She either wasn't in there, or... Miss Croix is currently away at Michelin, as luck would have it. She should be able to keep herself out of harm's way. She should be able to, definitely. Oh, thank the goddess. Seems like they had the decency to spare the civilians, at least. Yeah, better than Randy. That doesn't make any of this okay. What are they trying to achieve? I'm not sure, but it can't be good. We need to get up there, now. Right. The way to East Street is clear. Take shelter at the guild. They'll be able to help you. You're right. Everyone, follow us. We'll take you there safely. You know what they should do? They should go get the Crossbow News Service people to go with them. But instead, the Crossbow News Service people are going to stay in the Crossbow News Service building. Wait. Where'd they jump out? Like, the editorial room is like up a floor, right? It could be up 2 floors. But there's no space for a window here. Like, there's no way people would escape that way. Unless it's going to the 3rd floor, in which case they jumped onto the roof of B and E. Oh, breaking and entering. Is that actually what it is? I don't think it is. Those look like fishing things. Oh, look at these escape stairs. Fire escape stairs is what I mean to say. I should have saved. I was about to save literally a 1/10 of a second before I walked into the trigger. Ha, you made it. And not a moment too soon. Uncle, you bastard. I mean, he didn't kill anyone. That's not that bad. Figment Orlando, what is it you're trying to accomplish? Destroying Crossbow City? Okay, come on. Involving innocent civilians? They've gone out of their way to not kill any civilians so far, other than maybe Ilya. But I don't think Ilya's dead. Ilya's probably fine. But, like, they've actively avoided killing civilians. I mean, for them, that's a pretty big concession. I mean, it's probably part of their job. They're probably told not to kill any civilians, but... Destroying Crossbow City? Involving innocent civilians? Where does all of this end? Was this on orders of the Imperial Government too? It's definitely not the Imperial Government. Sorry, little lady. Didn't I tell you before? It's core policy not to comment about our clients. But enough of that. I heard you dug Berserker up. What a lame name for a weapon. How's the old blade rifle treating you? I finally had the damn thing fixed up before your lunatic of a daughter went and broke it again. Not that it matters. Berserker or not, I'm stopping you right here, right now. I mean, no you're not, but... And I ain't saying that as the Red Reaper or son of the War God. Your ass is going down at the hands of the Special Support Section's Randolph or Landolph. Randy? Welcome back, Randy. Ah, you've chosen to stand and fight. Fine then. Show me that you have what it takes to back those words up. I'm the Scarlet Ogre. I am Iron Man. Think you can drive off Sigmund Orlando? Come and try it. They gave so long for I am the Scarlet Ogre. Okay, this scrolling is very iffy. Can I scroll up and then loop? Will it loop if I go this way? Good. They gave so long for I am the Scarlet Ogre, and then barely enough time to read think you can drive off Sigmund Orlando? Come and try it. Like, they didn't give enough time for the second one. They gave too much for the first. Probably because of language differences. I wouldn't be shocked if the sentence was exactly the opposite in Japanese, but I don't think it is. I don't know enough, but I don't imagine if they would say I am Sigmund Orlando after saying the rest, but he's practically pulsing with power. You think? There's literal waves of power. He is literally pulsing with power, as opposed to practically. He truly is more ogre than human. I think this shaking screen is a bad design choice. I'm going to be entering this form to read. Let's see what you can do. Hold a candle to me, and I'll consider pulling back. But business is business. I've still got a job to do. So it's only fair that we put a time limit on this one. A what? Let him talk. If we can survive this, we're gonna have to give it all we got. Ugh. I mean, the 1v1, until he uses like an S-craft that one-shots me. Oh yeah, this has a real time limit. God. Like a real-time time limit is so questionable. Death Storm right through him, please. Okay, that dealt actual damage. That dealt no damage. I imagine this won't pull him, but if it does, it does. Good. Let's try a bunch of different crafts. I'm just gonna keep doing that through him because it hit decently. Oh, and I don't even get. That hit okay. He doesn't have a ton of HP. How does Galleon Tower do? That's way too expensive though. I'm not going to be able to spam it enough. I actually should be using S-crafts more. Just to deal enough damage. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do enough damage quickly enough. Just to be safe, I was about to use an S-break, but I didn't have time. You know what? I'm going to restart this fight. This fight's bad. A 5-minute time limit is such a bad design choice. Like... Oh yeah, and I didn't save before I did that, so I have to do the conversation again. But... like an actual real-time time limit is so bad. Like, what kind of messed up design is that? Okay, so, let's think about what I'm going to do. First, it doesn't matter where he is. These two need to be as far away as possible. He's going to start slightly with a right bias, so he can go up and pull. He's just going to Death Storm through him repeatedly, which seems like it might be the most effective way to deal damage with Randy. He's never going to do any good damage, so he's just going to attack him and use crafts to manipulate him. I don't think I can do enough damage. She's going to have to spam as many damaging crafts, but if I can... if I swap this for something that deals more damage... healing... it's Pixie? That's a short-term art improvement. I should probably go with Pixie. Though I don't think Pixie's ideal, depending on the arts that I have. I mean, I think the 200 cost is too much to use, so it's fine. I think Death Spiral or Calamity Edge is the way to go. Or Blue Drop. Crimson Ray might be worth using, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna analyze twice. So that he can be debuffed, his strength will be debuffed. I want to chrono down, but I don't think it's worth it. Because I don't think his... he can definitely kill me if he S-breaks. But as long as I get... I think as long as I just start right away with... Not right away, but quickly get Tio's S-craft off, it will be fine. Because his normal attacks won't break the guard. Unless he has more accuracy, but I'm not sure how that works. Because as long as he doesn't have enough accuracy to break the guard, the only thing that will trigger it will be his S-craft, is my guess. And that's the only thing that I think will one-shot him, so I think he's fine defensively. I just have to figure out damage. Because her attacking will do no damage. So I think Arrow Sickle or Blue Drop are the way to go. My guess is Blue Drop does better single target damage than Arrow Sickle, and Blue Drop I think does better single target damage than Icicle Edge. It's just it's more expensive, so it's less efficient. But I don't need efficiency, I need speed. I'm not going to use this unless I'm going to use her craft. I guess I'll have to use Aerial Cannon every turn, like on her turn actively, is the way to go for that. Use Tiger Charge on his turn actively once I pull him far enough away. Once I've used Zero Field and it's still stacked, I'll try to get Ether Busters. But I think she's going to need to maintain the Analyze to give 50% defense and ADF debuff constantly. And then I don't know which does better damage between Crimson Gale and Death Scorpion. I should try to use one of them. But I'm going to be spamming Death Storm to just run back and forth because it looks like it was dealing pretty good damage. This fight's very iffy. Like legitimately a 5-minute in-game timer is so questionable in my opinion. Okay, I'll try Blue Drop, see how it goes. Wait, if I turbo, it is actually real time, so turboing is better. That is so iffy. Nope. Like, I don't like that. I think that is bad. 1 damage, that did nothing. Oh yeah, I need to use Aerial Cannon. And it's actively better to skip everything so that it goes faster. That's not good. He doesn't do anything right now, so I'm gonna... Like, he's not dealing any damage because I have to debuff him. I mean, Randy needs to not be here. I need to get that applied. He needs to move because he's useless here because he'll die. Arrow Sickle, I don't actually have a good test. That did okay damage. I could use Craft, but he's going to use Arts for now. I think I can do 1. No, I can't. If I want to keep it stacked, I have to use this right away. $860. Yeah, I can use 1 art. No, I can't, because he has too many turns. If I want to keep him properly debuffed, I can't do anything offensive with her. And that's just not going to work well. I need someone else to debuff. I need someone else to debuff. This is not worth it, but I need to keep the Analyze going because I need him debuffed at all times. Because otherwise I don't deal any damage. And he should be fine. Except I can't keep the Analyze going because he's consistently going too quickly, and he just got that free raid. I don't know if it's worth it. He hits pretty hard, so I think the strength bonus is worth it. I don't think I stand any chance of killing him. I also need to re-up the S break. And I'm gonna have to have... Oh no, I need to... There's too much I have to do with a real-time delay. Like... Oh, I'm going to repeat this already. I hate this. This is not good design. Maybe I'll try it next time without bothering to debuff, because the debuffs wear off way too quickly. Because at this point it's not happening. Like, the speed debuffs are fine. The speed debuffs seem like they might be worth it. That's not going to do anything. And getting him into a corner is actually not ideal. I need to make sure he doesn't die. You know, I'm gonna have to reset. I should pull him a bit over, I think. Because otherwise I can't do anything with... Like, Randy can't spam Death Storm if he's here. Let's just do this, see how it goes. I didn't change her Master Quartz, I meant to change her Master Quartz. And of course he focuses Randy, unsurprisingly. It seems like it's better not to spam Analyze because it clears off too quickly. Which makes it non-viable to use. He died after he said anyway, but... I have to make sure that I keep the guard up appropriately. And I'm not going to bother with Analyze. Because Analyze seems... It wears off far too quickly to be viable as an option. I did equip Pixie, good. Yeah, like it Analyzing to debuff him doesn't work because it wears off far too quickly. I'm gonna Raging Spin just a tiny bit. I actually should do this instantly. Last time I thought it was an error, but I think doing it right away is what I need to do. I really don't want to be this close to him, but for short term it's fine. Except she doesn't deal any damage. Why was she dealing damage before? Even when she wasn't debuffed. Like, she wasn't dealing... She was dealing damage, even when he wasn't debuffed. Why is it not dealing damage now? Or was it literally all the damage coming from Death Spiral? It might have been all the damage was coming from Death Spiral, huh? Debuffing his speed is not a waste of time. He still has guard, so he's fine to do this. He doesn't have a debuff, right? And he can't, I'm pretty sure I can't delay him. I should try Silver Storm, see if it just hits harder. 698. I need to pull him back a bit. I think once I have him appropriately slowed down, I can start debuffing him a bit. Because now that he's slowed down enough, I can start debuffing him and it won't wear off instantly. And I can do one damaging attack with her. Let's just keep that debuffing. I need to go up and just save every possible second. She's still debuffed, or he's still debuffed, so that's good. He doesn't do anything. This is not... Oh, it's an AoE. That's good to know. I don't need... Do I need to debuff again? I think I need to debuff. Yeah, I didn't keep the speed debuff going. I messed up. Because without the speed debuff, it's not really viable. I should really be going left to right. I need to deal damage. That should be fine to do once. I need to keep the speed debuff, because if I don't keep the speed debuff going, then I can't keep the analyze going. Because right now the analyze is about to wear off because I didn't keep the speed debuff up. I'm going to restart again. Because I didn't keep up the speed debuff appropriate. Oh yeah, I've reset anyway, but... This is a bad fight. Like, I could do it if I didn't have to worry about the 5-minute real-time time limit. But, like, why put a 5-minute real-time time limit fight in this game? Actually, if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna have to make sure that I have it set to the fastest. Okay, it's already as fast as it goes. Ugh. Bad game design. I'm gonna try one more time before I just check if there's some, like, super trivial strat to win instantly, because this is a waste of time. It's just bad design in my opinion, because I can win the fight nice and safely. That's just a bad RNG start. I'm just going to check this. I'm going to be back in just a second. After I looked around for a bit, I've basically decided, oh well, beating him's not happening. But things of note include... I should check this though. Things of note include using... It never feels relevant, but can she Fortuna? Yes, so I Fortuna a couple times to get all this buffed. And then it's like... I mean, his ATS isn't great. I definitely should swap to things that do better damage. I don't have quartz because this has nothing to do with any of the setups that mattered until now. Like, fire has the single target stuff, so... I'm just gonna swap him inefficiently towards that and have her with proper fire. She can't equip it there because she doesn't have the space. Action 2 is necessary, but... Cast. Action. I need a little bit more fire, I think. So to get Crimson Ray, I need a little bit more fire. Okay, what gives... I can get to 9 with Heaven's Edge, which actually I need to equip anyway. I can get to 11 with Invigorate, which is not a good one for passives. So if I can get... If Heaven's Eye gets me... It doesn't. Combat? No. What is it? You want Crimson Ray is a single target fire? I need 15. I need to get 15 fire. That's not happening easily. I'm at 9. I'd have to trade off cast 2. I get invigorate to get to 13. And action to get to 15. It might not be ideal, it might be ideal, I don't know. I think mind is probably worth it. That gives some fire. Range is not good. I should swap it for something more beneficial, potentially. But she's going to be using Fortuna. Yeah. I could consider trying to get Adamantine Guard, but I don't think I need it right now. What I need are single targets. And none of the water ones are single targets, so I think I definitely need to go Fire. Crimson Ray is probably the best single target attack. These bells. Mercury Bell can act immediately after using water arts. Yeah, getting, what, Mars Bell? I don't know how you get it. But Mars Bell, you use the fire attack, and then you can instantly initiate another fire attack. Oh, I could have looked here forever ago. To look at... Oh, Emerald Gem. Yeah, none of this matters right now, because there's nothing I can change. Yeah. EP cuts are so much weaker than in the first Trails to the Sky, where it was like, I think the best EP cut was 50%. Even now, the 4th level of EP cut is only minus 25. But yeah. I'll see how it goes. I don't need to save a new save, but... Now I have to fight him. Though, it is, I think, worth noting... Oh yeah, I want to activate this right away. That what I read is... This fight is still kind of... It might be more so in Nightmare. But this fight is... RNG. So it's not like a good time necessarily. I don't need to buff Fortuna again. I probably shouldn't do that. It suggested that it was a bad idea to try to debuff speed, but because he can cheat his turns. I don't want to punch him like that. That pushes him away. I don't need to buff this turn, but if I want to debuff... Because the issue is he gets too many turns for Analyze to be any good. It just feels so bad. Maybe normal Analyze is good? Like maybe the regular Analyze cast... I keep knocking him backwards. Okay, that should have hit differently, but... Just gotta make sure it stays up. I need to Raging Spin him back. Yeah, I think that's the best chance I have of killing him. Just spam that. Don't worry about debuffing is what I'm gonna do. Okay. Like, I'm not gonna worry about trying to debuff him. Though I will check... I'll just spam Fortuna, whatever. And pull him back a bit. Oh, what I can do is... Strike Bell. to get better use of that. Okay, this seems like if I do it properly and abandon my attempts to... If I abandon my attempts to debuff him, it should work fine if I just spam this every turn. I should F-craft. Because that, I think, should do better damage. I didn't buff art, though. And that's a reset. Because I got bad RNG. Because so many runs he didn't do that throw attack targeting them. And this time he did it multiple times. So no more trying to spam Analyze, because that's a waste of time, because he clears it too quickly. Like, unless the Analyze art itself does that debuff effect, I'm not going to bother. She's just going to consistently spam Crimson Ray, while she's going to Fortuna. Because the Fortuna is going to happen quickly enough. I forgot that I needed to activate that first. I messed up. I just want to make sure Fortuna's appropriately stacked. He needs to move so that he's lined up better. Yeah, just doing that seems like the only appropriate way. Except, again, I forgot to buff. I need to get the guard right away. Because without it, I get one shot. I don't think this is a good fight, personally. I just need to grab a screenshot. I don't think this is a good design for a fight, having an actual time limit. Like, having a turn limit, that's fine. It's lame, it's annoying to deal with, but it's fine. Excuse me. I think it's actually probably better to Strike Bell her, so that she can get her Crimson Ray going. And then appropriately buff later. Why did the arts didn't stack well? That's annoying. I mean, the strength down isn't useful, but it's not totally useless. She needs to get the Fortuna double stacked quickly. Of course, the RNG is not in my favor. Okay, I don't need to do that this turn, so I can attack a little. I need to get that going, though. Hey, actually speed debuffed. It's not gonna last long, but... She doesn't do any damage. I should have drawn her in instead. That was a waste. I need to use Ellie's S-Craft, I think. But first I'm gonna have her Strike Bell, and then S-Craft, and then... Shoot! I messed up. That was bad. I'm gonna have to repeat again. Because using her S break before she had the time to finish the craft that I was in the middle of casting is a waste of time, so I'm gonna fail now. Because that wasted so much time. I'm gonna have to reset again. If I want to try and actually get it fully cleared, I'm gonna have to reset again. Probably. I'm gonna try and leave it to the last second before I just reset, but... Randy's gonna get hit here. She doesn't have enough charge. I can't see who I'm targeting. Okay. I missed because I'm dumb. I'm just bad. I mean, the damage itself doesn't actually matter, but... Okay, so it's a ranged attack, apparently. That's good to know. I'm literally just doing this because it's a waste of time anyway, but... If he gets instantly one-shot, it will be a problem. I can't strike Bell, so this is not going to go well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this because I'm not gonna kill him fast enough because I messed up too much. Like, which is an issue unique to time-based, because if it wasn't time-based and it was turn-based, I wouldn't have to be rushing to do every single action because it's based on time. Bad RNG on the start. Wonderful. And again, I forgot to activate her S break. Which in turn meant... I think I'm gonna give up on the Death Storm doing anything, and he's just going to Chrono Drive these two. Because I think spamming Chrono Drive will be more manageable than trying to have anything here work well. So just having that spammed, Strike Bell, and I got a critical on that. So just having him spam support crafts is, I think, the best I can do, and he's just gonna attack. Crimson Ray hits pretty well. It's a waste of time, but I'm gonna move here to save more actual time. Just spam that every turn. Because if I can just click that faster, it will be faster to click. She's spamming that every turn, even if it's inefficient. Because I think as long as the Crimson Rays are going off regularly, I will be okay. I'm gonna have to trigger that again soon, but not just yet. She can probably do that without it being too much of a waste. He's just gonna keep buffing this. Just keep it up. Never let that drop as much as I can. Never let Fortuna drop. She needs to be healed, so he's going to EP charge her. Chrono down, I guess. I think I have the time. He's out of EP. She needs just a little bit more EP. She's gonna have to trigger this. Nope. Fortuna. The issue is the S-Break really delays her turn, I think. So Crimson Ray is even more delayed. I'm gonna have to restore her EP with an item. Just keep the Chrono Drive going. That's not what I meant. That was an error. I might be fine though, if I get good RNG. One Crimson Butterfly might be sufficient. Make sure I keep Fortuna. I don't have time to think. It's definitely a good fight. I hate it. It's such a bad fight. I couldn't even jokingly say it was a good fight. I hate that fight. That fight is terrible. I mean, it's not the worst fight in the game. Like, if you remove the time limit, I much preferred that garbage fight to, for example, the demon fight. Like, every final boss fight in every game so far, I have disliked in as much as I can remember them. There's probably one or two that were fine, but like Trails in the Sky 1 and maybe 2, the final boss was basically have all 4 people in the same space, have 2 people spamming Adamantine Guard every turn, you never take damage, you have 1 damage dealer and 1 buffer, and then you win, but it just takes time. This fight at least, if there wasn't the actual real-time time limit, it would be a pretty reasonable fight. He's lethal, but he's fairly easy to deal with if you have an infinite evasion. And you spam the block so he can't actually deal damage to you, but like... I don't know why I have shield equipped on him. Shield I don't think is the right one for an evasion-based tank, but whatever. Yeah, I don't think having a real-time time limit on a fight is a good idea. Like, I really think real-time time limits on fights are bad ideas. Well, isn't this a shock? Turns out you really are your daddy's flesh and blood. All he did was stand there spamming Chrono Drive and feeding EP charges to people. He did no fighting because he couldn't do anything. It's not a good boss fight, honestly. Dad's flesh and blood, whether you like it or not. Cram it. My old man has nothing to do with this. You took us lightly, and it came back to bite you in the ass. Doesn't matter though. A win's a win. Time for you to make tracks, you bastard. Ha, so be it. just as soon as I wrap up my last little order of business. What? Nuke the IBC. It's showtime. Is it gonna blow up? Is the whole building gonna blow up? Please. Big explosion. Oh, yeah! Wonderful. It's not that big of an explosion, though. It's literally just the top office that blew up. There it is. Wonderful. This is glorious. It looks really bad, though, because it's a decade old, but... Ooh. Team Rocket's blasting off again. And now they're gonna leave, and they're not gonna be an issue for the rest of the game, maybe? This is just the last... How is it still burning? What is the fuel? What have you done? Uncle! I mean, they already evacuated everyone. Heh heh heh. Wahahahahaha. Look at that moon. I wonder if this cutscene pauses. It does. It's kind of a lame... It's not lame, but... I do like that it blew up, but like all this stuff burning doesn't make any sense. Wild. It's that girl too. Damn it. How'd they shoot me in the head? How'd they get their hands on an airship? Sorry, I'm distracted for a second. How did the group of people who are like one of the top 2 Jaeger Corps on the continent and has connections to the Imperial government get their hands on an airship? I wonder how. Like, use your brain, detective. Ah, it's Arianrod. I don't actually know how it's pronounced. I'm calling her Arianrod. Ha ha ha. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Even the stronghold of Crossbell's financial clout has gone up in flames. Though again, what's burning? Like, in the last image we saw, everything that could possibly burn was gone. The only thing left was supports, and those were all metal looking. What's burning? Like, what's burning at the CPD building? It's all stone. Like, nothing, there's no flame, there's no fuel for that fire. Like, what is burning? Like, if there should be a lot more wood. I think if a lot of these structures clearly had more wood, it would be fine. And I understand that everything can burn, sort of, because like the internal parts of a house are wooden, but like the components that are in direct contact with the fire, there is no fuel for the flames. Even so, these red constellation fellows, I'll give them some credit. They're more impressive than our enhanced Jaegers. Haha, there's her face. Haha. I take it by that sourpuss look on your face that you object to this kind of stunt. That is correct. Nevertheless, war, by nature, reserves no room for sentiment. It is not my place to judge the manner in which they choose to navigate the fields of battle. Haha. Fair enough. She's an interesting character. She disdains this, but she recognizes, I mean, yeah, this is how they choose to fight wars. Ah, Professor, what do you need? Oh, the first unit is nearly complete. Yes, yes, say no more. I'll come back and assist you. And so, I must make my exit from the stage. For now. Can I leave the operation in your hands until the promised day? Yes, that will be fine. I will observe what fate holds in store for this land with my own 2 eyes. And she's an interesting character, because she's not outright cartoonishly evil like Faceless, whatever his name was, who got salt staked. And like stuff like that. Oh, what the heck is going on out there? I wonder if my husband is okay. Probably. Settle down, everyone. I received word that the armed group has started their withdrawal. It should be withdrawal, not withdraw, I think, but you can return home once we've confirmed the area is secure. We can? Really? I mean, like, the "we can really" is super... I feel like they should be withdrawal type thing. Oh, Eidos, thank you for your protection. I mean, technically your protection was provided by a shotgun, but... Chief, is everything okay now? Yeah, for the time being, at least. Where's Zeit? Is he upstairs? Oh, I just hope the gang's alright. I'm sure they are. If anyone will make it through this, it's them. That's kind of twisted to say, because, I mean, unless she, actually, if it is explicitly she can see the future in like broad ways, that would be a fun sentence. Yeah, you're right. No matter what anyone says, they've come a long way. They're still worse than Arios, though. Maybe even more than my old squaw. Hello, hello. This is the special support. That you, Dudley? How's the sitch over there? What did you say? A Jaeger airship? Kia's gonna go and run away. Why would you not keep an eye on her? You should keep an eye on her at all times. Beep 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 beep. I was right. There's no other way. This is for the best. Oh, she has a phone too? Hello? Yes. Uh-huh. Oh, did she talk to the Red Constellation at some point? They're gonna kidnap her here? Maybe? It's okay. I've made up my mind. Oh, did someone provide her with that so that they can contact her secretly? Sketchy. Crossbow City overrun. As evening followed the setting sun, we here at the CNS heard the alarming sound of gunfire. Jaegers were raiding Crossbow City. Fires raged and our office was held captive. Now that dawn has arrived, we will do our best to report on all that transpired in order to shed light on the wounds our great city has suffered. The large bell that stood... Oh, cool! The large bell that stood in Central Square, a symbol of Crossbell itself, was stolen by the raiders. Their motives for doing so are currently unknown. Tragedy strikes at Arc-en-Ciel. Raiders stormed the theater during the troupe's first showing of its revival show, firing machine guns with reckless abandon, injuring many. Amidst the turmoil, the stage's grand chandelier was cut, pinning Ilia Platier beneath it. The actress was rushed to St. Ursula Medical College in critical condition for emergency surgery, but until new information becomes available, her current status remains unknown. Yeah, they're not going to kill her off that easily. The Arc-en-Ciel Theater is now off limits to the public. Rampage of the Downtown Demon. A giant monster appeared downtown and destroyed several buildings, leaving locals with minor to severe injuries. The demon, believed to be associated with the raiders, roared with such force that it could be heard from the Central Square and Station Street. Cool. Did the CPD building get blown up? Nice. Explosion at CPD headquarters. The militia also attacked the CPD's headquarters, destroying the security shutters and setting off an explosion in the lobby. Experts believe this was a preemptive strike intended to slow the police's response to the raid. Ultimately, the entire city was overtaken by the raiders, who engaged in firefights, committed arson, and demolished a trading company's office in the Harbor District. The IBC headquarters, one of the most cutting-edge structures in the city, has been gutted by a series of explosions. Because of the building's importance to both Crossbell citizens and the international economy at large, its destruction has instilled much agitation. Attackers repelled from Orca's Tower, which is not surprising. It is highly likely that the raiders' primary target was the heart of Crossbell's government, Orcus Tower. Doubtful, as the greater part of their forces assembled there in an attempt to seize it. The battle that ensued was purportedly more intense than elsewhere in the city. Luckily, A-rank bracer Arios McLean was present and cooperated with police to drive back the invaders over 5 hours of non-stop combat. The Tower Plaza remains inaccessible, but officials state all administrative functions will be restored within a few days. See, not primary target, not real primary target, fake primary target maybe, but like, the bell is probably more important, but the news service doesn't know about that. The bell is important because of magic. And like, if it was their primary target, they would have sent Sigmund and Shirley, or one of them. They would have sent either one of them, but they didn't, so it's obviously not their primary target. It's just bait. A message to all Crossbells and our neighbors. As dawn broke over the horizon, the raiders vanished to goddess knows where. Though the perpetrators are gone, the wounds they inflicted remain. Crossbell has suffered because of a militant force who performed acts of wanton violence with no clear motive or objective. We here at the Crossbell News Service cannot help but feel intense anger at this irrational chain of events. We would like to take a moment to honor the brave CGF and CPD members who gave their lives in defense of our state. Our deepest sympathies go out to the injured and those who otherwise experienced loss. If the next line is a list of deceased and it includes Fran, that would be a bold choice. There's no way Fran's dead. Additionally, we would like to thank everyone involved in bringing the conflict to a close. Even when fending off the raiders was beyond their abilities, there were those who, without hesitation, helped to evacuate their fellow citizens even as their homes burned around them. These brave heroes deserve the highest praise we can bestow upon them. Though Crossbell has emerged battered and bruised, we believe we will recover. To all Crossbellans and our closest neighbors, we beg you, please pray that peace returns to our land. Senior Writing Staff. 1 week after the Red Constellation's raid on Crossbell City. The destruction of the IBC building prompted rising tensions in surrounding nations. In response, Maribel, in her role as acting CEO, quickly restored all customer data, which had been backed up on terminals at Orcus Tower. Her swift management of the crisis successfully assuaged the concerns of foreign leaders, and international unrest gradually began to subside. However, scars left by the Jaegers still remained in the shaken hearts of Crossbell's people. News that Ilya Pletier had been gravely injured in the attack came as a great shock both in and out of state. Moreover, the destruction of the CPD headquarters and the unknown whereabouts of the Red Constellation left the city gripped by an indescribable anxiety. Slowly, rumors that Erebonia had been the one that ordered the Red Constellation's attack on the Crossbell began to spread among the citizenry. The referendum on state independence, which had been postponed due to the raid, was now 3 days from being held. Spoilers really shape my reaction to this. It's funny that they have a bell song. I'm gonna turn the volume up for a second. Not much, but a little. Yo, you almost ran over your buddy. Learn how to drive. I mean, no one lived there. Like, it was a monster-infested, like, slum landlord situation. Like, that one being destroyed is actually probably better for the downtown district. Kate's not there. She moved. I see. So you're returning to the CGF? No, Noelle! You're such a useful gun character. Yes. I wanted my transfer here to last the full 6 months. But after mulling it over, I came to the decision that I have to go back. I wonder why. I wonder what the logic is going to be. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but like, it's a weird choice considering that the SSS does every job in existence. And so if they need her help, they can just call the SSS. I see. We understand. The CGF sustained the heaviest losses from the incident. They're probably dying to have someone young and skilled like yourself anyway. Well, I don't know if I'd call myself skilled per se. Oh, is this where we're gonna get Rixia? She's gonna join us right here to make up for the loss? I'm sorry about all of this. I know things will be busier here now that the restoration efforts are winding down. It's okay. You don't need to beat yourself up over it. The CGF has a major role to play here, especially in light of Crossbell's situation. They always just call it Crossbell's situation. We will certainly miss you, but we can only respect your decision. Noelle, are you going away? Haha, I guess I am. I'm sad that I won't be able to see you anymore, Kia. Oh. It's alright. I can still come visit. And I'll bring Fran with me, too. Noelle? Noelle? I heard your sister's going to be hospitalized for a while longer. Yes. Her operation was successful, and she regained consciousness. There's nothing to be worried about. She still has yet to fully recover, as far as her physical condition goes. I'm sorry to hear that. Come on, Randy. Turn that frown upside down. Don't forget, she's still part of the Force. She was always ready to face danger. If you're blaming yourself, please don't. It's not your fault. Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, I guess this is the last time Noelle's gonna be working with us for now. Right? And I'll give it everything I have, just like any other day, except for the fact that since you're leaving, you're benched. Though I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't actually leave before the end of the game, but thanks for letting me to be a part of the team for a bit, everyone. The pleasure was ours. That's right. It's been wonderful having you here with us. Wazzy hasn't said a single thing. Is he gonna say, I'm thinking of leaving soon too? Is that what he's gonna say soon? I'll get all the documentation ready for you in advance. It's also been a while since we've all gone out together for dinner. Let's fix that. I'll foot the bill, seeing as how it's a special occasion and all. Chief Sergei? That's awfully nice of you. We appreciate the generosity. It's an interesting chain of events, I guess. It still feels odd, but it's settled in. What say I get us a table at my favorite club? I'll have them call up their finest men on staff and give you a farewell party to remember. What? Oh, except it's only gonna be men is what he said. He's just calling men. Now you're speaking my language. I'd rather go somewhere with more babes and less boy toys myself, though. I don't like either of those ideas. Might I suggest the restaurant at Michelin Wonderland? The one with the Mishi show? Sparkles? I didn't know they had that. Please think about my poor wallet before you get ahead of yourselves. Ha ha ha. Well, whatever we decide on, we'll need to take care of our work by nightfall. Grwoof. Ooh, we should go to a pet-friendly place. I'm gonna pick up the requests. What's the main request? Is there a main request for this yet? Yeah, just generic do support requests. So I'll pick up these. Oof. Autoresponder. Oh, that's pretty good. Rebuilding is Abbas. Running into some difficulties. Go to Guillaume. Charity case. Business Owners Association is holding a charity drive. Their main event is going to be cancelled. It's probably going to be some silly joke. Oh, Father, where art thou? Is probably Reese. No, it's Armand and Ellie. Oh, yeah, so this is Mr. Dude in the south, in the downtown district. I am searching for my father, whom I was separated from at a very young age. Please speak with us in East Street. Ancient battlefield. That's the important part. Having access to the ancient battlefields means that I can now catch catfish, which lets me, once I catch the catfish and the 3 legendary fish that are now available, I can then do the last of the 4, Elite 4. Then once I do that and I catch the last legendary, I can face Lake Lord. Once I face Lake Lord, I can catch the last fish. Once I've caught the last fish, I'm done with fishing for this game. So, strange black monsters near ancient battlefield. I'll have to go to Tangram Gate to talk about it. And it's Deputy Commander Douglas. And then Knox Forest Road Monster Extermination has been sighted on Knox Forest Road. Hecatonker. Ooh. 5k, 5k, 30, 500, 3k, 3k. So it's just gonna be doing all of these is gonna be the goal, and then it's gonna trigger something at the end is my guess. It's no surprise that we have so many requests after all that's happened. That being said, none of them appear to be urgent. Not even the one Abbas sent in is required. No skin off my back. Let's just work through them bit by bit while we do our rounds. Roger. Bum bum bum. One more thing, everyone. Why don't we take some time in between jobs to stop by St. Ursula Hospital? That seems like that's the main quest progress, maybe? Huh? Oh, that would be nice. We've been so overworked this past week that we haven't been able to visit at all. True that. We can't just check in on Fran now that she's regained consciousness. We can't just not check in on Fran now that she's regained consciousness. But I agree. Not hearing her cheery voice through the terminal is downright depressing. Indeed, even just speaking with her would be comforting. Don't worry, Noelle. This isn't going to put us out of our way or anything. Fran's been supporting us all this time. Of course we want to see her. We actually knew her before we knew you. She's a better friend to us than you ever were. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, let's go to St. Ursula later when we have some downtime. That's probably the... yeah, I think the hospital's probably the final one I want to do. So, beginning next time, I will go around talking to people. I'm gonna, on the assumption that she's not gonna show up again, I'm basically gonna abandon her. I would love to keep her around because she's very effective at shooting. Like, look, with all the stuff I have equipped, 983, and it's an AoE normal attack that doesn't cost anything, so I can just spam it constantly. Very effective. But I'm not going to focus on upgrading her at all anymore. Though she might last till the end of the game, I'm not sure. But as it stands, I'm stopping here because this was longer. And I'll have fishing to do. I have one more guy to get. And then I can do Lake Lord. I'm not doing fishing next. I think my current plan is... I want to be out here. My current plan will be just do the usual. Talk to all the people. I don't have any chance of getting the special cope reward because I didn't do every day. I was pretty sure it's going to be every chapter, but it's not every chapter, it's every day. And I haven't done it every day, so I have no chance of getting the special reward from him. But oh well, too late now. That would be a lot of backtracking to restart. But the goal will be, next time I will do the usual talk to all the folks, check in everywhere. It should be slightly faster because, like, there's nothing to check at IBC, I assume. I'm going to go to there. I'm going to need to locate Reese, because I wouldn't be shocked if Reese is at the Sun Fort, now that that's opened up for us to access. She also could be at Stargazer, I don't know. She might not be anywhere. The Moon Temple one might have just been a one-off. But I'll do the usual checking Crossbell City. Oh, they actually updated the image here. With the burned down building. Nice. But I'll do the usual. Walk around. I'll check for new gear and upgrades. And once I'm done with all the gear and upgrades and checking everyone, I will do the outer regions, talk to all the people, do all the quests. I'll probably do the quests sort of as I go. Like, I'll pick them up as I go. I won't go out of my way to complete them right away. But I'll do all this stuff, talk to everybody, and then leave St. Ursula for last, because I assume that's what's going to trigger the end of this segment, and it's going to move on to the next bit. But that will be beginning tomorrow. Today was a long one. Have a good day. Bye-bye. That fight versus Sigmund, whatever his name was bad.